welcome to another in the series of Cuppa with the Queen. I'm Jeri Taylor-Swade and I'm a queen at SeneGence, and I have with me my really good friend and fellow Sene sister, Jane Peterson, and we are in Prior Lake, Minnesota, Jane.
Yes, we are,
and
Jeri.
what did we just get done doing?
We just got done doing a 2-day training session here in Minnesota. We had just very close to 40 distributors.
Yeah.
We did training on Sunday from afternoon as well as Monday morning today, and we just had a blast. There were distributors as far as 6-hour drive away from Minnesota. Mm-hmm. We had distributors from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa. So we had a great time and everyone learned a lot and new friendships were made.
Yes, and I want to thank Jane for my new mug. I don't know if you can see this. Let me just show you. It's good to be the queen, and I love this mug, and I told Jane thank you so much because I love to hold my mugs like this, especially in the winter time when it's nice and cold outside and I feel I want to get all comfy. So thank you so much for my cup, Jane.
You're welcome,
So
Jeri.
we were talking about what we should talk about today, right? Because every time we do a Cup of the Queen series, we have a different topic. I can't talk. I've been talking for so many days. I'm tongue-tied. Okay, so what happens is that when you go to a training, you gain knowledge. And I think that we should call this series, Knowledge is Power, because is it not?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I know. When you have knowledge and you get it into your brain, the more you hear something, the more you learn it, the more you understand it, and the more it becomes part of you, right, Jane?
Absolutely.
To where it starts, it's up here, but then you start speaking it. And it's kind of the same thing with positive or negative. Like if you feed your brain with positive all the time, then you're not going to have negative come out. You're going to have positive come out because that's what you're feeding your brain with. So with the SeneGence Distributor, it's important that you go to every training that you can go to. I mean, these girls drove sick.
Yeah.
When I did my training just a couple days ago in Illinois, some of the girls had to drive so far that they actually got a motel room and stayed the night so that they could go to the training. So you have to make an effort. Yes, you have to make an effort. But when you make the effort, it pays off. So Jane, can you think of something today or yesterday, because we did training for 2 days, like what is it that you heard? Like you were behind the scenes more and I was up front training, but what did you hear the girls talk about that you can share with everybody about how important it is?
Yeah, so some of the girls were brand new distributors and this had been their first training, and then we had some seasoned distributors that had been distributors for 13 and 14 years.
Right.
And the general tone that I heard amongst all the distributors is that yes, I had heard this before, but the way in this particular case that Jeri talked about it, it was words that really hit home. And so I think that it's really important to go to all the different trainings because everyone teaches things a little bit different, and they may use a terminology or a word that really strikes a chord with you, and then the light bulb goes on and you're like, aha, I get it now. And so that's a lot of what I heard this weekend.
You know, that is really true. It doesn't matter what kind of a training you go to, but the different trainers have different personalities. They use different words to explain things. They use maybe hand gestures or props to explain something different, to where you're right, your brain all of a sudden goes, aha. In fact, one of the distributors yesterday said she had a light bulb moment, didn't she?
She did.
And because she had heard it before, but all of a sudden it just made sense, and I don't even remember what we were talking about, but she said, I just had a light bulb moment. And so that's a really cool thing, and that's why you want to go to all the trainings that you can, whether it's a team training on a smaller scale, like maybe you just have a couple people in your downline and you get together and you maybe watch one of the local the webinars that are recorded in the back office maybe, or you listen to a webinar live together and then you take notes and you discuss it afterwards. That could be a team training. or you can go to a bigger event. Like this one was an area training, more where just the distributors in this area were invited to go, and your upline leader, or in my case, I was sent here by SeneGence as a corporate trainer. That happens sometimes. And then of course your big events, which is your seminar and pit stops and leaders conference, right? So every time you get to go to a training, please make sure you get there. And if you don't think you have enough money, then money is easy solvable. Easy.
Do a demo.
Exactly. Do a demo.
Mm-hmm.
Do a demo. What?
Do a demo.
Do a demo. Okay.
Yeah.
You do a demo. That's how you make money.
Yeah.
When you're sharing the products and selling the products and training on the products and letting women experience the products. 95 to 98% of women that try SeneGence Lip Sense and or skincare or foundation want it. So if you need money for any reason, but if you need money, you need to do a demo, because that's part of the work of being a distributor.
Right.
So what you do is when you make that money, you save part of that money and you put it aside in your training account or in a piggy bank or in a separate bank account or whatever you have to do. Stick it in an envelope and stick it under your mattress. I don't care what you do, but just get it out of your head that you can spend it right now, because as you save that money as you're making money, then when seminar comes around and you have to buy a plane ticket maybe, or you have to pay for a hotel or motel or whatever, then you've got the money, so you don't have any excuse not to go. Because when you make an excuse not to go to a training, you're making an excuse to not be better at what you do. Right? Education is, remember, have you ever heard of the word continuing education?
I'm a nurse practitioner.
I know, she has.
I'm a nurse practitioner, and we have to do continuing education. I have been to so many continuing educations about diabetes or heart disease, but every time I go, I learn something new.
Right, and you have to do it. It's mandatory, right?
Correct.
So you really need to treat this as it is. It's a business. And you need to treat it that way, and you need to go to training, because you're not going to be the best that you can be at what you are doing unless you get the training to be the best that you can be. And unfortunately, there's some people that think that if they've gone to one, they've gone to them all. And that is not true, is it, Jane?
That's not true. And what happens is that different trainers will focus in on different things, and even same trainers depending on who their audience is on that day. For example, this morning, the first thing Jeri asked everyone is, what kind of questions, burning questions do you have? Today's training was very different than yesterday's training. She hit on points that were really important for the group. And each group has its own personality. Even though there were some people that had been to yesterday's training and came today, she did cover a few things. But it really depends on what the audience, what the tone of the audience is, and what are the questions that the audience has. And so the training was very different. And studies have shown that in order to learn something and make it a habit and be something that comes very automatic to you, you have to hear it a minimum of 6 times. So that's a minimum of going
I heard 7. So is it 6 or 7?
So that means that you have to go to a pit stop that is exactly the same 6 times. You have to hear Jeri, or you have to hear Leslie, or Joni, or whoever, Sheila, talking about non-guy oil or daytime moisturizer 6 times. And I've been doing this for 13 years, and I still learn something new every single time about a new ingredient or a new way to use it. So I think it's really important that you take the time to go to your trainings.
I say amen to that, sister.
Amen.
Cheers to you guys, and here we will be. I won't be with Jane next Cuppa with the Queen, but I will probably be somewhere at another distributor with another distributor, and we're actually in Jane's house right now. And so thank you for tuning in. I hope something touched a chord with you today as we're talking, and I love you, Jane.
I love you too, Jeri.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Mwah. Kisses.
Cheers.
Bye.